Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of Vanilla Minecraft here on my Redstone testing world. I am JoeBB3 from JoeBB3 Games, and I'm glad to see you again. And I'm so glad you decided to drop by and check out what I've got for you today. And what I've got for you today is something special. So why am I here on my Redstone testing world? And it's this thing right behind me. You know how I love my storage systems. Not too long ago, I released a video on this puppy over here, which was my attempt at multiple item storage. You could store, as many items as you wanted, but it was kind of complicated. It took a lot of hoppers. There were a lot of customization options, and it worked well. I used it in Hope Springs, but just after I put this out, about a week later, I was watching a video from Tango Tech, and he came out with a multi-item storage system that put mine to shame. So I decided that I wanted to try to make one of those based on his mechanics, but my design, right? So there are certain mechanics behind getting a multi-item storage system operational, and that is that you have to have the right amount of ticks between items going through the hoppers, and there's just certain mechanics that you have to know. So I went out and I watched a lot of videos. I think I probably watched them all on the silent ones, and yeah, they were all big and bulky and lots of resources. I said, there's got to be a better way to do this. So this is what I came up with. It is, once again, it is based on Tango Tech's design. Not his design, but his methods of sorting multiple items into a single chest. And I will link to his video down in the description, considering he was the one that got me off on trying to figure out how to do this for myself. Over here I have some not failed attempts. They worked, but they weren't quite what I was looking for. They were really bulky and lots of stuff going on, and things had to work just right for it to work well, and I didn't like it. I wanted something really simple, and this is what I came up with. Yeah. It is fantastic. It's got a lot of really cool features. One is that it is a fully contained unit. So you can have one of these, or you can have 100 of these, and all the redstone required to run the module is right here. They don't link together. They all run independently, which is something that I had not seen. The other ones took complicated timing, and this is really easy, and I'm really proud of it. And let's get into it. First, what we'll do is we'll show you this. I just put here to make it look pretty for the intro. So I'll take these blocks out. All right, good. And I'll take these 4 blocks out. So this is the width of one module, 5 wide. It's actually only 4 wide, 1, 2, 3, 4, but this spacer is required, so I'm calling it 5 wide. Let me take out the rest of these blocks, and I will show you why it is that spacer is required. Well, one thing is that you don't want the redstone mingling between 2 modules. So the way the hopper chain runs, that is the reason why. So this is your input right here, and this is your output to this module. So when you chain these together, you basically just start again from here, going that way. We're going to show you how to do that here in a little bit. This goes there. All right, good. So this hopper goes here to here and then goes backwards. When it goes backwards, it goes into this dropper tower right there. It goes into the bottom block of the dropper tower. This clock senses the fact that there's something in the bottom dropper, and it starts clocking. You can see there's 3 ticks on this one and 2 ticks on this one, so in a 5-tick cycle it sends items up the dropper tower. It comes all the way up the top here, spits into this chest, and then it goes down these hoppers and picks the chest that items can flow into, and it flows into it. Notice these hoppers all go away from me. They don't go into each other, they go into the block in front of them. And that's even the ones that don't go into chests. Alright, so they all go away. And then over here we have alternating repeaters that lock alternating hoppers. So right now this top one is locked, so if I put something into this chest, it just stays there because it can't get into that hopper because it's locked. So after, and I'll show you this in a while, but after a 5-tick pulse, this repeater goes off. This redstone torch goes on, locking the hopper underneath, allowing the item to flow from the chest into this first hopper. Alright, and then the next cycle goes on. This locks again after 1 tick. These go on and off simultaneously after 1 tick because of the 1-tick delay in the repeater and the torch, and allows this item to drop down into this hopper, but now the hopper below it is locked out by the repeater. So it sits there. And while it is locked, it can't flow down into another hopper, but it can flow into a chest. So when it's locked in this position right here, it looks in this chest to see if it can go into it. Now if it's a diamond, if it's smooth sandstone, redstone lamp, or sandstone slab, it moves into this chest. This chest has to be full with the items that you want to sort, just like here. And here, and you can even sort the same item. You can sort, if I wanted to, I could put more iron in here, so you could sort half of this iron, half of this stone, even though iron's being sorted in up here. You can do that. It's fully configurable however you want. Let's go ahead and show the thing in action. There are a couple more features I want to say first. This clock here runs the entire show. Right? So as items are going up this dropper tower, this torch is flashing on and off at a 5-tick interval, which turns this redstone on and off at a 5-tick interval, which turns this torch off and on at a 5-tick interval. You notice all this redstone is lit. It's one continuous line of redstone. So all this redstone goes off and on at a 5-tick pulse, and it turns these torches, this on and off at a 5-tick pulse, and alternately it turns this on and off, making the whole thing work. So this is one integrated piece of machinery right here, requiring nothing else to function. And that is really cool. I have not seen that. It may be out there, but I haven't seen it, so this is my baby. I can demonstrate up here what that will look like with a lever. Take the lever, put it right there, and you'll see when I turn this, when I energize this redstone like it will every 5 ticks, that goes off. All the redstone goes off. All the repeaters go off. All the torches come on. If I do it on this side or over here someplace, maybe you can see, yeah, right here. You can see that when I flip this, oh, it's actually, no, you can't do it there because it's actually powering this redstone. So I can do it here. You can see that it goes on and off alternately. So it's a really nifty little solution, and I'm very proud of it. Let's go ahead and show it in action real quick. We will go up here and we will grab, say, okay, so when you take something out of a chest, you can't just take everything. You have to leave one behind. You can't leave any blank spaces, because if you do, then whatever random item comes through this chain it will fill any empty slot. So you have to leave one behind. So I will take some diamonds, and I will come down here, and I will put it in the input hopper. I'll put just this 22 stack. You'll see the clock starts going off. You get a couple of ticks while the dropper tower fills, and then it goes silent. And everything starts to work, and if you look in here, you can see that the diamonds are starting to fill up in this chest. And if you come down here, this is from a previous test, you've got nothing. Nothing comes out of here, which is really cool. It works really well. Every once in a while on a server when there's lag, an item will skip and you'll get one extra or two extra out of here that should have gone into a chest, but you know, lag does horrible things to redstone. So you can see that it has finished, and all of my items are back in the chest. Not all of them. The hopper tower does keep one, and it's right there. So one item and possibly one or two more in these hoppers isn't too bad for a storage system when you're gonna be storing bulk items, or not even really bulk items. You can store one stack of something in here. If I wanted to, I could take this. Let's not do it here. Let's take that for a later demonstration and put it down here. So it does keep a couple of them, but there's a trick to get rid of that, and I will explain that later. But that is enough about that. I think I explained it well enough. Let's get on to the tutorial portion. Alright, to start this thing, we have to set up the hopper configuration down here. I just put these two blocks here to make it easy for me to place the hoppers. Right, so we're going to start the first hoppers like this. If you need to point a hopper into a hopper, you just hold down shift and click on it and it'll go in. Right, so that makes this hopper chain go from here to here to here and then into the device. Then we need the output hoppers, the ones that go into the next segment, and those go from here to here to here, here, and here. Good. Now these blocks are no longer needed. Okay, so that is the start of the machine. Next thing we're going to need is we're going to need a dropper tower. Oh, I hate that my mouse isn't quite working like it should. It's doing some double stuff. It looks like I'm going to need a new mouse soon. But there we go. We've got everything we need for that tower, and it's going to start right behind this last input hopper. All right, so oops. And that's it. Good. To finish off this hopper tower, we're going to have to place a block on every other dropper, or every other hopper tower, every other dropper in the dropper tower, starting with the bottom block. So there, and finally, to activate the rest of the machine, you need one up there. And on every one of these blocks, except for the top block, you will need a redstone torch. Fantastic. Now let's go ahead and put in the chests. Alright. Your floor is actually going to be right here. So you do not need a chest there, but you can go ahead and put the floor in and then start putting your chests in. It's 5 high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5 high storage system. Good. Alright, fantastic. Now we'll take the hoppers that we have here and we will place the hoppers so they are pointing to the block or the chest in front of it. So I'm going to place one here, and then I'm going to place one here, 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 and finally we'll put a temporary one here so we can place one into it, then go around and destroy this one. And at the very top, we need a buffer chest. Alright, fantastic. Now what are we going to do? We are going to put in the wiring that makes this thing so neat. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start here at the very top hopper. We're going to place one, and then we're going to do one every other hopper. Here, here, and here. Alright, and we'll start from the bottom up. This one is 4 blocks out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, every one above it, you put one in the space here, and then make half of a plus sign. 1, 2, 3, and the half of the plus sign. And then get rid of that extra block. So there, just to give you the spot, 1, 2, 3, half of the plus sign, and get rid of that block. Here, 1, 2, 3, half the plus sign, and get rid of the block. Fantastic. Now we need this stairway that I well, not invented. I'm sure people do it, but I needed a way to make redstone go downwards, and this is what I came up with. It's real easy to do. What you need is some half slabs. Got some half slabs, good. Now on every one of these blocks, you're going to put a half slab. Good, except for the bottom one. Now you're going to grab your blocks, and next to these, one down, you're going to put another block. So you can come all the way down like this. Good, till just above the floor. And then you can get rid of every other block starting with the top one. Good. So that is half of your stairway. Now you take full blocks and you put them on the sides of these half slabs. Just like that, not going to the bottom one. And then you finally take your half slabs and you put them on the sides of these blocks. Now you are done with your infrastructure, except for infrastructure. Okay, I can buy that. Except for this, wrong block. Except for this, right off the side of this torch, make a line out and one over. Now all we need is redstone torches. We're going to put a redstone torch here. And then we're going to put a redstone torch on the inside of each one of these blocks on the half pluses. There's one there, and one there. Now we need some repeaters. I will grab a repeater from here. Yeah, I don't need that switch. Good. The repeaters will go here, 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 and here. Now all we need is redstone dust, and we're going to fill every block that we can see. Alright. So we're going to put redstone on all of these, all of these, all of these. Then we're going to come around the other side, and we're going to do the same over here. Every place we can see something. Here, 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 here. Now you know you've done this right if all of these repeaters are on and all of these torches are off. And finally, you need a line of redstone right there. Alright, now the only thing left to do for this thing is the heartbeat of it, which is this clock. Alright, so we're going to grab ourselves this comparator by center clicking on it in survival. It will give you the block that you center click on. And we're going to put a block there. We're going to take a comparator out of that into a repeater set to 3 ticks. We're going to place another repeater next to it set to 2 ticks. And then 2 pieces of redstone there, there, and there. And finally we're going to put this into subtract mode. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're done. This thing is a thing. It is ready to go. It's ready for you to customize your chests by taking your items that you want to sort into here and putting them in. So like we'll just take some random stuff, put it in here, and some droppers. Really, you'd put like all your redstone into a chest, all your quartz into a chest, but this is just for demonstration. And then down here we will say put chests. Anything that stacks, 16 or 64, doesn't matter. You don't want to do single stack items because that's kind of pointless, because you have to put one in there and nothing would ever be sorted into here. Alright, so say I wanted to do a lot of quartz blocks, but I only have a chest there. I can come down to the next chest, and I can take these blocks, and I can do the whole chest. A classic storage system is better for bulk storage. You know, the one that I'll show you later on the Host Spring server, better for bulk storage because you don't want to have to go through all this just to bulk store stuff. So that's good enough. What we're going to do is we'll take some chests and we will put them into the input hopper. Everything should start going off. Very good. It turns silent after a few clicks. Look in here, and there you go. Your chests are being sorted into the chests that they're supposed to be. That is fantastic. And then you can grab your block of choice, and I'm not going to put a block there for a reason. And you can decorate this up any way you want. Just when you're decorating it, do not put a full block on top of a chest. Most Minecrafters know this, that if you put a full block on top of a chest, you can't open the chest. And here what happens, it breaks it. You've got to have the a chest no longer functions as a chest if it cannot open. So what I've done over here is I've gotten some stairs and then come around the back way like this for the sake of completing this, and gone like that. Fantastic. And then we'll use these, and we will just, whoops, we will just finish it up. And there you go. Now the reason I left this empty is because it's got another feature. If you can line these up. You can line 100 of them up around the room. Doesn't matter. As long as the input or the output goes into the input, line it up all the way around for miles and miles and miles. As long as the chunks are loaded where you're standing and the items can get through there, you're good to go. But say like I know my diamonds are there because I have an item frame here, and it's got diamonds and hoppers or whatever. Diamonds and droppers. So I know that's my diamond dropper and hopper chest. I don't want it to have to go all the way through my storage system, so I can just put the chest there and finish up the, well, okay, that should be quartz, but that's all right. And finish up the floor, and now you have a way to insert items directly into the stack that they're supposed to go to. I can take my hoppers and I can put them here, and off they go. They're being sorted into my hopper chest. Fantastic. And we could actually just do this just to show you. Normally, you would build this one right here. Okay, so that input hopper would be right next to this output hopper, but since I build them apart from each other, I'll just connect them like that for right now. And what we will do is, see, every once in a while, just every once in a while, one will sneak by. I can live with that. So what I will do is take some blocks of quartz. No, not blocks of quartz, because we have blocks of quartz over here. Let's go into this and say we are stacking TNT. Alright, and TNT is going to go in this bottom chest right here. Alright, so we'll fill this up with TNT real quick. And then we'll take the rest of these and we'll put them in this input hopper here. You could have a chest on top of it or a chest right here going into this, however you want to do it. Take a stack of these, put them in there. Now this one is working, but this one isn't yet. Alright, because we're going to see, do you saw the TNT go through? Now watch the clock. Now the clock starts up. Fantastic. They should be going up the droppers, into the hoppers, and now they're making their way down, and of course they are being filtered right into oh, come on. Is there something wrong with TNT? I didn't mess it up. No, they're working. Why isn't TNT... Oh, duh. I'm such a moron. This chest is empty, so they're filtering into there. But, if I do this real quick, it's the same effect. I didn't think about that. There you go. Now you can see it's still filtering into there. Maybe I've got 2 chests of TNT. And it works like a champ. So, yeah. I'm very, very happy with this. And I'll take a look at the time, and maybe we'll run onto the Hope Springs server, and you can see what I've done there. So give me a second, and I'll be right back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you can see I'm not on the Hope Springs server. This episode has gone a little long. We're at about 25 minutes. So what I will do is next time I will start out on the Hope Springs server, and we'll show you what I did in there with this wonderful, wonderful storage system. But if you like this video, if you think this storage system is as cool as I do, please, please, please don't forget to click that like button. And if you really liked it, please consider subscribing, because subscribing would make me happy, and you would get the added benefit of finding out when new content of mine is released. So without further ado, I am Joe BB3 from Joe BB3 Games. I'd like to wish you a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and please come back next time. Ta!